detail. The southern borders of Russia is apparently turning from a hot spot into a hot area. Will we manage to replace the language of war with the language of diplomacy? Hope still remains. The withdrawal of interior troops from the border of Chechnya and Ingushetia has been halted. This has suspended the agreement achieved on November 11th. This was reported by the Russian government's press bureau today. It was brought on after the end of negotiations yesterday evening, when Chechen armed forces and armor were introduced into regions adjacent to their border with Ingushetia. Sergei Shahrai, nominated by President Yeltsin as the temporary administrator of Northern Ossetia and Ingushetia, arrived today in Vladikavkaz. By the regulation on temporary administration, he has several powers, and not only in the area of a state of emergency, but also in Kabardino-Balkaria, Karachayevo-Cherkessia, Edigay, Rostov province, Krasnodarsk province, and Stavropol province. After the situation worsened in Chechnya, Russian interior forces are not withdrawing from the border, which has led to Chechen armed forces and members of the popular militia taking up positions along the border between Chechnya and Ingushetia. In the region of conflict between Russian and Chechen forces, residents of the interior regions of Chechnya are moving about. At a press conference today, members of the Committee on the National State Structure and Inter-Ethnic Relations in the Supreme Soviet violated their tradition by criticizing not only the executive but the parliament as well, which had adopted a law on rehabilitation of peoples, including the Ingush, without worrying about how it would be implemented. As a result, according to Deputy Tumov, peoples who once lived in peace have been artificially drawn into conflict. The introduction of Russian troops into Ingushetia, he believes, was a mistake. Only political methods can produce results both today and tomorrow and in the future. According to Deputy Tarasov, when negotiations reach a deadlock and the government maintains its integrity by moving toward methods of force, neither the leaders of the Republic nor leaders of Russia want to deal with national movements. Representatives of the committee, Mr. Medvedev, spoke about the national leaders, saying they were pouring oil on the fire. The deputies, in their arguments, demonstrated pluralism and non-agreement on their positions. The coordinators of the Fatherland faction in the Russian parliament says Russia has no thought-out national policy. The events in Northern Ossetia and Ingushetia are the subject of attention of Russia's general prosecutor. He is taking measures to discover the reasons and origins of the conflict there and organizations which are participating in order to restore legality there. Employees of the prosecutor's office are investigating the situation in Northern Ossetia and Ingushetia. A staff from the military prosecutor's office at the Vladikavkaz area is working, as are 30 investigators who arrived yesterday from the federal prosecutor's office. Altogether, 150 investigators are working, including a group led by the deputy general prosecutor Yevgeny Lisov. As of November 11th, the prosecutor has brought 40 criminal cases for murder, disorder, attempted military activity, arson, and other heinous crimes. The Supreme Soviet has asked the General Prosecutor to determine the reasons which have led to the bloodshed. We believe the reasons are related to the provocations on Ingush territory. Tomorrow, a mobile criminological unit will go to work in the field. The group includes court doctors, criminologists, and other experts, and next week the Russian General Prosecutor will visit the scene.